Hello. Oh, shit. Hello? Oh my god. Hello? Hello? There. There you go. Motherfucker. Hi. Welcome to this. I'm so sleepy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I was sick. Actually, I should drink some meds too. I'm gonna drink meds now. Not my other meds. This is like BioFlu. I woke up with a fever. So I'm gonna take some fever medication. What? Why is this pill so big? I have some iced coffee. Iced coffee. Hi. I need to finish my commission, so I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw a lot while we watch random videos. Right? We can watch random videos together while I fucking draw. Because I really need to finish all of my commission pieces before I do anything else. I need to finish everything before I start my new job. Okay. We can watch it. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Damn. I'm sorry. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of sick. I woke up like really sick. I don't know. Also, I'm really cold. So, okay, let's watch some shit.
Over the last few months, similar videos have kept surfacing online.
Walmart is trying to poison us.
Oh, I can't believe I drank that yesterday.
At first, they're easy to ignore. Just another complaint, another bad experience caught on camera. Until you realize it's not isolated, and it's worse than it looks.
As I pick up the bag, me and the mouse make eye contact. I mean, the
Mouse?
blinked at me.
Ew.
Bro, look at y'all produce at the grocery store. Look what's under it.
Mouse.
What
What
we've
the
stumbled
fuck?
upon is a full-blown epidemic. To start, let's begin with what's on full
Mouse.
display the second shoppers start navigating through their local supermarket's displays of green, blue, and gray. And unfortunately, no, we're not referring to colors of the produce, but the mold shamelessly growing on top of it.
Y'all gonna kill somebody. This is a fucking lawsuit. Walmart, do better.
That shopper isn't reaching. Science has confirmed. Mold has been linked to severe illness,
Mold.
nerve damage, and even cancer. Here's another
Ew.
scenario. Just take a look at this DoorDasher's
this?
experience trying to complete an order at an Aldi in Memphis while facing obstacles like rotten potatoes
You see that liquid? Yeah, and it stinks to high heaven.
and shelves that look like they'd been ransacked of any quality.
Like I said, I normally would not do this, but this is nasty. This is beyond nasty.
Of course, this isn't the only shopper who's provided the internet with an unsettling glimpse into their errand run.
Oh shit.
Online, there are
My coffee
thousands of
spilled.
videos from different customers at different stores sharing the same tainted experience in the produce aisle.
Every single bag of limes left has some
Lime?
level of rot. All these
Ew.
bags of oranges right here, and tangerines.
And beyond.
Oh wow, this bread is on sale. Is that blueberry?
Ew.
I wonder
Ew.
it's a Dollar Tree.
Then again, some products look completely harmless when they're lining the shelves. It's only when they are opened, or worse, consumed, that customers are in for a nasty shock.
Every time I buy something from this store, every time, at least one thing that I buy from this store is expired.
This brings us to the second part of our deep dive.
Before we reveal what's really lurking in everyday groceries, here's what our team has been playing
What the
between
fuck?
editing sessions. Download Matchmasters using the QR code on screen or in the link below. Our code will get you an exclusive daily reward calendar in-game. Now, back to the store.
Okay, I will lock in. I'm
because
locking
it
in right
gets
now.
Worse.
Yes, even when shoppers carefully curate their carts
Actually, let
to
me
be
check.
mold-free.
I did see some that had mold. So I'm literally purposely going through all of them.
They can't protect themselves against dangers they can't see.
Why do all of y'all fruit have mold? Why?
Ew.
Why?
This is what happened.
I don't think I've ever had fresh raspberry before. I've never had like the real fruit. I've never had it before.
When TikToker Mary Claire MacLamrock opened one of 5 snack packs she picked out for her daughter at a Walmart and noticed something funky.
I just came into Walmart and I opened this up for Scarlett to eat, and it literally has mold on it.
And given that it wasn't just an issue with one pack,
This is all molded. It's all bad.
or even one product,
And what the is in the gummies? What is that?
by the time the TikToker found a pack that appeared uncontaminated, her trust was already broken.
But now I don't even want to give her any of this because it had mold on it. Is this even good for me to serve for her?
While the comment section was more scandalized by the language in the video than the mold, this wasn't the only customer who'd been duped into adding subpar groceries to their cart. See, customers can be lulled into a false sense of security by clear packaging. However, when food or air creates excess moisture in these packages, it becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, which can lead to berries with a coat of fur.
We've got
Ew.
moldy strawberry.
And cheese that doesn't make it to nacho night.
I opened this bag of shredded cheese and I grabbed a handful and I put it in there. And would you look at that?
Let me show y'all this cheese. Look at this. That is mold.
That's in this bag of cheese. So much for making nachos and having taco salad tonight. Thank you, Walmart.
But it's not just moisture in packages that customers have to look out for.
If you see this and the package is swollen, it looks like it's about to burst, that means that there is mad bacteria in there.
Yes, while it's possible for nitrogen and carbon dioxide, gases used in meat packaging to prevent spoiling from oxygen to cause swelling, excessive bloating can indicate microbial spoilage from gases produced by bacteria. The end result? Meat that looks more suited to a petri dish than a dinner dish.
Mold, fur, look like something is growing out of them. Like, that is literally disgusting.
I'm literally itching.
But these aren't the only science experiments gone wrong shoppers have unknowingly taken home with them. Online, there have been reports of almond milk that comes with a surprise at the bottom.
Oh, I can't believe I drank that yesterday.
Rice that pushes the boundaries of what grains should look like.
What the f is that? No, wait, look at the packet. No.
Cake pops with a secret center.
That is freaking disgusting. Why are y'all selling this to people?
You can't even trust butter anymore.
Why are we selling moldy food to people? Why are we selling moldy, expensive food to our community?
Why indeed? After all, these shoppers
Ew.
aren't buying expired products.
That's so whack.
I mean, I do eat expired food sometimes, but not to that extent.
Oh,
So
dear.
fuzzy.
Oh, hell no.
At least, not knowingly.
I think it's worth mentioning, I bought that bag on Sunday.
And it's Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday.
And that brings us to the third part of our deep dive. See, some red flags in grocery stores aren't invisible. Spotting them just requires inside knowledge, or a trained eye. So, next time you're running errands, take a close look, and you might see the mold at the back of fridges and freezers, or the grime.
What? Wait, look. Robert Pattinson as Leon Kennedy? What the hell? Oh, is he gonna bulk up? I mean, if he's playing younger Leon, he needs to be more muscular. He's really thin. He's really thin, bro. He's quite thin for a Leon. Hi, Lei-chan. What the hell? Look at this. Okay, wait. Why is my thingy not? Wait. My fancy. Okay, there you go. My fancy cell phone holder is not. Yeah, like he's so thin, bro. He's so thin. That's not Leon. Please say it's a joke. Is it a joke? Oh, because I'm very gullible. I'm very gullible. Hi, Lei-chan. Welcome to the stream. He needs to bulk up. Leon is like muscular. He's so thin. He's so thin, bro. Look, his like little thingies isn't even like tight on his arms. He's not Leon Kennedy. He's not Leon Kennedy. Hi, Lay. Okay, we're watching like mold in Costco products while I try to finish my commission. I have to finish everything before I start my new job. And then commissions are closed indefinitely.
I'm seeping out from under products.
Yummy, yummy.
As you start to notice that isn't mist lining the doors, but mildew, take a closer look and see what could be the potential cause of this mess. Load lines are markings along fridges and freezers that indicate how full they can be stocked to maintain freshness. Passing these lines not only wastes energy, but can lead to airflow blocks, potentially causing warm spots and, as a result, spoilage.
I'm trying to finish
This is
everything,
why
okay?
not passing the line, not blocking vents, and leaving space between products is essential for cold air circulation.
That's the line. That's the line, guys. It's here for a reason. Load limit.
In fact, even stocking frozen or dairy products can put these items in the temperature danger zone for bacteria growth, which, according to the USDA, can double in as little as 20 minutes.
So every time I walk into a store at nighttime and if I see full pallets of dairy or freezer on the sales floor and there's only one person stocking it, I know that it's probably not very good dairy.
But there is a population that isn't so picky when it comes to rotten food. Mice. And if you've ever looked
Good
behind the
girl,
displays at
good
your local grocery
girl.
store, you might know exactly what we're talking about.
Good girl,
Yes,
I'm
a
working.
number of businesses seem to have a little pest
I know,
problem.
I'm sorry.
And in some cases, it seems these traps aren't doing their job. TikTok
I know,
user
I'm
Really Faith
sorry.
Aaliyah was fulfilling an Instacart order at a Walmart in Washington, D.C. when a customer stopped her in the bakery section.
She's literally shaking, and she asked me, "Do you mind telling me if this is what I think it is?"
The TikTok user glanced over at what appeared to be a moldy piece of bread in a bag, until she took a closer look.
As I pick up the bag, me and the mouse make eye contact. I mean, the mouse blinked at me.
Yes, there was a rodent, a live rodent, in the bread bag.
Ew.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Sorry, my cat is chilling with me now.
Walmart's canceled.
Worst of all, it wasn't until the TikTok user was able to speak to the manager that every product from the bakery section was removed, and not just the products on the bottom shelf.
Like, I need you all to know what is going on with the food, how they are handling your food, how it's being contaminated.
Then there's what's hidden beneath vibrant displays of fresh produce. A disturbing discovery TikTok user Scooter the Explorer recently exposed at his local Albertsons.
Boy, look at all that black mold with the fan blowing. The moldy water all on your shit.
As Scooter the Explorer's attempt at dark humor,
Scooter the Explorer,
the mold water
was interrupted by a coughing fit.
That's horrible.
The internet feared the mold had already gotten to him. And according to Scooter, they were right. I'm just trying to bring awareness, and no surprise, I'm sick. This where I've been buying veggies at. Scooter's video also provided a potential answer for why the produce at some supermarkets molded so quickly.
It's probably because of the mold in the grocery store.
After all, according to users who'd worked in grocery stores, these areas were supposed to be cleaned routinely, and, unfortunately, stores like Albertsons were allegedly infamous for neglecting such responsibilities. And yes, the internet was angry, but most of all, tired. One user questioned, "I don't know if I'm happy you showed us or sad, 'cause at this point, where are we gonna go?" Another user wrote, "Honestly, I'm exhausted. We have nothing left." But were the claims that America had failed its citizens melodramatic? Or did they hit on an unsettling truth? This brings us to part 4 of our deep dive. The state of grocery stores today has turned paying customers into inspectors, not only looking out for their own safety,
It says something right here. I'm gonna do my good deed of the day and throw this shit in the trash.
but everyone else's.
Well, I just saved that guy from eating these moldy fruit.
Yet despite their best efforts to set up where managers have fallen short,
I'm gonna let the workers know that all of these are bad and they all literally have mold on them.
customers can only do so much.
This isn't any better than everything
Ooh, is that a
I
peach?
had the guy remove.
Especially when
God.
issues run this deep. We already know that supply issues, weather, and other factors have led grocery stores to raise prices. But is it possible that these companies have implemented other unadvertised cost-saving measures? Online, people have pointed out that short staffing, people buying less, and premature molding related to weather can lead to displays of
My cat
inedible
is with
produce.
me, she's chilling,
But according to a
chilling with
TikTok from this
me.
grocery store worker, businesses have a way to salvage what they have.
So what we do here at the store is we take the moldy strawberries out, throw
Pre-cut.
them away.
Oh, this is it. Every grocery store does it. They do like a pre-cut. They just cut off all the moldy parts and whatever, and then there's none the wiser. Hi, Trentwood, welcome.
And then we resell it.
According to the TikTok user, this is known as reworking. And if you think this practice is limited to one store, think again.
All stores
Not
do
only
that.
have employees reported similar stories, but some have been caught red-handed. Of course, internet users have pointed out that expecting stores to toss every piece of produce that's been in the vicinity of mold would be wasteful. Yet removing these berries can rob customers of crucial context. See, mold spores
Who's
are
messaging
invisible
me?
to the naked eye, which means
Who's
any
messaging
fruit that
me?
was touching mold should be discarded according to the USDA. And if more than a quarter of a box is contaminated, well, according to experts,
you're probably best off getting rid of all of those berries.
this means if employees are reworking these boxes,
Reworking.
customers could unknowingly be eating contaminated produce. But grocery stores might be capable of worse than that. As we mentioned,
How are
goods
you,
seem to be
Trent?
expiring quicker
I'm
than
sorry.
ever.
I'm
This
gonna.
is a friendly reminder to check your
I'm
meat.
just finishing this big one, and then I'm gonna do you do yours. Do you?
Eat before you buy it because Walmart doesn't.
And customers have started to wonder, is this a quality issue?
They're not old. I mean, they're not supposed to be old.
Or something more calculated? One TikTok user theorized that the moisture in packages was added by businesses to increase the weight and, in turn, profits.
They're overloading these things with moisture so they can add weight to them. Basically stealing from the customer instead of just giving us the product. And they go bad.
Others suspect the products these stores are selling aren't fit for human consumption to begin with.
You guys are changing dates.
Yes, speculation has grown that businesses are knowingly deceiving their customers into buying unsafe food.
I am convinced that the grocery stores are selling expired goods and putting a different sell-by date on them.
And if that sounds too sinister to believe, what if we told you this has happened before? 10 years ago, CBC Marketplace did an investigation where they revealed stores were tampering with expiry dates. This included selling baked goods that were weeks past their expiration and scraping moldy fruit off of tarts.
The boss didn't just say it was okay, this is what we were instructed to do.
Other anonymous sources revealed that the moldy parts of vegetables and fruits were cut off, and the rest was used in trays. The problem? Mold has root-like structures that penetrate into food. The bigger problem? These structures are microscopic. And it's not just fruit and vegetable trays that can look deceptively uncontaminated. Even the best before date for meats was extended by soaking brown meat in blood to make it look fresher. Meat that was worse off would also be soaked in blood and then thrown into the meat mixer with redder meat. Voila, ground beef ready for sale.
Damn.
And people would buy this.
Yeah, all the time.
Given that eating expired meat can leave you with a severe case of food poisoning, or worse, cost you your life, the internet questioned whether these practices were still happening. And while a few people who worked at grocery stores denied that it happened at their locations, they couldn't rule out that shady businesses or owners were still cutting these corners.
I know y'all selling expired food too. Families! People are feeding this food to their babies. Y'all gotta be ashamed of yourself.
This brings us to the final part of our deep dive. As dissatisfaction amongst customers grows,
Because I can get a quick refund on it, but like, what the hell? This is a bigger problem than just you giving us a refund.
so has the demand for change.
Walmart needs to do better. Considering that so many people come here and buy groceries, that's absolutely crazy that we're buying stuff with mold on it and it's not even expired.
But is change coming? While the number of non-traditional grocers is growing, and the deteriorating quality at big box supermarkets has called some to make the switch, a recent survey showed 65% of Americans feel they can't shop locally as often as they want due to factors like cost, convenience, and product selection. But just because some people have to stop at major retailers doesn't mean they have to do it blindly.
And I want you all to be safe shoppers. When you are buying anything, I want you to know what you are buying, what you are putting into your body, and how it's being mishandled. Like, you deserve to know this stuff.
Increased awareness online has led to increased vigilance among shoppers, especially when it comes to load limits. And as an update that showed the Albertsons location with the hidden mold in the midst of a deep clean proves, you can never underestimate the power of a good public shaming to force businesses into getting their acts together.
That's horrible.
While you're here, check out our video on the influencer the internet is convinced is secretly crying out for help. Whoa,
What?
Vicky. And consider liking,
Actually,
commenting,
since you guys are here, you wanna listen to like you chillin', okay. You want to listen to like the Afroman? I was following it. The Afroman case. Do you guys know the Afroman thing? Afroman. I was listening to his songs last night. Damn, bro. Afroman. If you guys don't know who Afroman is, so basically 3 years ago, a bunch of cops raided his house for like drugs and kidnapping allegations, but he was innocent. Also, they allegedly stole money from him, right? You know, when cops like raid places, they have to return stuff, right? And the money they returned was short around what, $400-$500 or something like that. And so what he did was he started making songs. Afroman is the guy that sang Because I Got High, if you don't know who Afroman is. So he made a bunch of diss tracks using the CCTV videos that he got of the cops while they were raiding his house, and he made a bunch of songs, and then the cops got butthurt, and the cops got butthurt, and they sued him for defamation, and he won. Afroman won because what he did was under freedom of speech. So we can listen to some of his songs, right? He uses like actual CCTV footage from the raid, so. Oh wait, let me make it bigger so you can watch it unfold better.
Will you help me repair my gate? Will you help me repair my door?
My door.
Did you find what you was looking for? Will you
Hi, small gay art nerd. Hi, Smalls.
Would you like a slice of lemon pound cake? You can take as much as you wanna
The
take.
cake, the lemon pound cake.
There must be a big mistake. Would you like to have a slice of my
Lemon pound cake. Oh, small gay. We're discussing the Afro Man case.
The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. The warrant said narcotics and kidnapping. Are you kidding? I make my money rapping. Why does the warrant say narcotics? Well, I know narcotics, but why kidnapping?
Why you need kidnapping?
Let me ask you something, officer. Any kidnapping victims inside my seat pockets?
My suit pockets.
Are there
Are
any
the kidnapping victims inside my suit pockets?
You crooked cops need to stop it. There are no kidnapping victims in my
Suit pockets.
Let me ask you another question. Is there 1,000 pounds of weed in my suit pockets?
There's 1,000 pounds
Is
of
there
weed.
1,000 pounds of
weed in my suit pockets.
You crooked cops need to stop it. There's not 1,000,000 pounds of weed in my
Suit pockets.
Let me ask you something else. Any kidnapping victims inside my CD? Any kidnapping victims
Inside my CDs.
The Adams County Sheriff Department, you can get these. There are no kidnapping victims in my CDs.
Oh, here's a. We can listen to a bunch of his songs and then we will watch the actual case. You have to listen to the songs. Okay, you have to listen to the songs so you will understand. This is one of his popular songs, the Lemon Pound Cake one. Dude, the Lemon Pound Cake song is so good. Holy shit, it's so good. Let me move this. There you go. I've been listening to this a lot, actually. It's so funny.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass spray. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. The munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. He's a Adams County Sheriff. He's hungry and he's big as hell. He was sniffing for weed. Then he smelled another smell. What was that? Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice.
I wanna karaoke
It made
this.
the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what?
Of what?
Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. The munchies because he got high. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake.
Okay, here's another clip of another. Okay, this is the last song, and then we will watch the defense. LGBTQWZ pop.
Mine eyes seen the corruption of the Adam County
There you
cops.
go, he's stealing his money. He's stealing the money.
Stealing money, stealing cake. When they make they traffic stops, first they screw you, then they sue you. Play games and dismiss your claims. The proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Mine eyes have seen informants get busted with felonies. Tell the cops I'm a kidnapper and I sell a lot of keys. Raid my house and then get pissed, 'cause the dungeon don't exist. My proof's on the internet. Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet.
Oh, you know what's funny about this case? He has a song where he's like, I did your wife. So one of the lyrics in the song was like, I did your wife. And then the cop that was the song was about, he was like, I can't prove that he did fuck my wife. And the wife actually testified. The ex-wife testified. It's so fucking funny, bro. It's so funny.
My gate don't operate and my door is on the floor. My camera's disconnected. Lisa Phillips is up. Downtown they take my mama's lemon pound cake. My proof's on the internet.
Okay, you know, hi Coops, you know what else is fucking funny about this? He actually just wanted an apology and for the cops to return his $400 that they stole and fix his door and his gate that they like fucking broke down. That's the only thing he wanted. But they ignored him, so he made a bunch of songs, a bunch of diss tracks about the cops. And then they sued him for defamation and he won. It's so fucking funny, bro. So funny. Like if it's like a Streisand effect. Like if the cops didn't sue him, people would have forgotten about this. No one would know. No one would know what the fuck happened. It'll be just like Afro Man making fun of like a bunch of cops. Like no one will know the issue. No one will know whatever. People will just forget about it. But they were so butthurt, they had to sue him. And now everybody fucking knows. It went into like the news. National US news. It was in the fucking news. And now everybody knows. Holy shit.
Afro Man will bring it to ya. Afro Man is gonna do ya. Afro Man is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. They vandalized my property. My money came up short. They disconnect my cameras because they are a poor sport. They're the predators and the victims, and they're suing me in court. My proof's on the internet. Afro Man.
Dude, if they had just fucking paid him it was $400, bro. They could have given him like his $400 back, said, my bad, we're sorry, and then like fixed his door and his gate. None of this would have happened. Okay, here we go. 13 hours. He won yesterday. He won. The trial was yesterday. He won. Okay, let's see. We'll just watch like short clips because you can actually watch the full. There's a lot of like clips of the case and it's like really, really long. So we're just watching like cut up versions because we don't have time for that, bro.
The most entertaining trial of the century has released in the form of Afro Man being sued by the police that raided his house, took his money and pointed guns at his kids. It all kicked off in Ohio, because of course it did, when Afro Man found his door smashed in by police with a warrant for drug trafficking and kidnapping. He was never charged or found guilty of either of those things, and as a result released music expressing his frustrations on the matter. Notably, the entire thing was recorded on his home surveillance system at the time, until the police decided they didn't want anyone watching what they were doing and cut the cameras. In a bizarre turn of events, the police officers who raided his house ended up being so offended by these videos that they actually went ahead and sued Afroman, arguing that his video Lemon Pound Cake violated their rights, and as a result the artist owed them millions of dollars in damages. The resulting trial, which was recorded in full for the public to view, contains some of the funniest moments the court has ever seen. For one, the entire music video was required to be played in full, to which one of the
Holy shit! That was also like really funny. They played the songs in court while the cops were like in the witness stands, and it's just so funny.
deputies broke down and started crying, all whilst Afroman nodded along to his song whilst wearing his iconic American flag suit.
He's just fucking vibing. It's like...
It's absolutely the Streisand effect out in full force, as the fact that these police officers wanted
Dude, the judge could be seen like hiding his face like in the background. You know, they were filming the lawyers. You can see that judge was like, he was hiding his mouth and he was like looking away.
to take his videos down so
Can
badly.
you imagine having jury duty for this case? Holy fuck, they would have to like fucking take you out of court for laughing so hard.
Is what has resulted in them being viewed in an even more negative light. Afroman even said the unfortunate incident was an opportunity for him to run numbers up and be an entertainer. Clearly, he'd rather the whole thing have not happened, but it did, and so he's using it to his advantage in any way he can. And of course, once everyone was questioned in front of the jury and the proceedings were all over, all charges were dismissed and Afroman prevailed. Because when everything that happened was put under a microscope and reviewed, it turns out freedom of speech won the day and no defamation took place. It's the perfect example of how an artist can use their talent to make a strong case for themselves, and it does bring to attention the fact that some people in power assume because they have authority, they can get away with pushing others around. In short, the trial in which Afroman was sued by the police officers who raided his home ended up being dismissed, as it quickly became clear that it was so ridiculous it became entertainment itself. See you next time on Lessons in Internet Culture.
Okay, let's see. Wait, Afroman case. Oh, here you go. He won. Here you go. Let's watch him. He won the case. Good for him.
A jury has sided with the rapper Afroman in the civil lawsuit filed against him by Adams County deputies. WCPO 90's reporter Jay Shakur is live outside the courthouse tonight. This verdict, Jay, was read right about 30 minutes ago, and you spoke to Afroman as he was leaving. What's his reaction?
That's right. Afroman had a very emotional reaction. The jury, as you mentioned, siding with the rapper Afroman, whose real name is Joseph Foreman, in this case. Here's video from inside the courtroom as this case went on. During closing arguments, the attorney representing the deputy...
This judge was like laughing, bro. He was like, he was like,
Deputies in this case claimed Afroman intentionally lied about and defamed the deputies in his songs, but Afroman's attorneys maintained throughout this trial it is his right to say what he wants to say. This goes back to 2022 when Afroman's home was raided following search warrants related to possession and trafficking in drugs and kidnapping. Though he was never charged, the attorneys for the deputies suing say Afroman used security video from the raid on his home and put it in a music video using deputies' likeness without permission. Again, this jury in Adams County finding he did not defame those deputies. Here's Afroman speaking directly after that verdict.
I didn't win. America won. America still has freedom of speech. It's still for the people, by the people.
Dude, he went to court wearing that, like a faux fur coat with like the American flag, and like his sunglasses also have like the American flag. It's so fucking peak, bro.
Afroman becoming emotional there as he says this fight was bigger than him. It was about free speech and what he describes as corruption in this sheriff's department. I spoke to one supporter who came all the way from Dallas. I have more on that and more reaction from the rapper tonight at 11. In Adams County, Jay Shakur, WCPO.
I don't know how the fucking newscasters can like not keep themselves from laughing. Okay, he won here. Okay, this one. Okay, I skimmed this lady's video. It's like 34 minutes, but if you want to know the actual case, she goes through it like in a very good manner. I watched this while I was having breakfast, and you guys can watch it while I draw. Okay, I'm
not a lawyer.
I will provide some commentary because it's really funny. Holy fuck!
Day 3 recap for the Afroman trial, because child, it was a time. So as a reminder, there are 7 officers total who are suing Afroman. And on day 1, we heard testimony from Brian Newland and Lisa Phillips.
Yeah, I wonder how can they can keep like a straight face. Well, I kind of understand because I was in advertising, and sometimes you just really need like that account face. You're like, You're like default smiley face. Like in any fucking emotion, you don't show it. You just have like a default smiley face.
Off with testimony from Justin Cooley. Now, in a post from September 4th, 2022, Afroman said, in reference to Justin Cooley, quote, Deputy Phil Dipshit Receding Hairline Collins. He's only 20 years old. This job is stressing him out. The pressure of finding greenery and kidnap victims in suit coat pockets is tremendous. Did you see the way he went through my suits? If this guy's your friend, I wouldn't trust his methamphetamine ass alone in my house. So when it was time for cross-examination for Justin Cooley, Afroman's attorney, whose name is David Osborne, asked Justin what part of that statement defamed him or invaded his privacy.
Can you tell me what fact about you
Oh shit, I have to move my clip studio.
Receding hairline or dipshit refers to, please?
I'm sorry?
What private fact of yours does that refer to?
I mean, there's a picture of me and see here, talking about I wouldn't trust him with methamphetamine crack ass alone in my house.
So
I find that pretty insulting.
So that statement is what you're suing on?
Well, no. I told you this is one of many.
Well, and that's why we're trying to find.
You keep trying to make it singular. I'm telling you it's not singular, it's plural.
Okay, and so one of them is dipshit, one is receding hairline,
yep,
and the other is meth heads.
Yes.
Dipshit receding hairline.
You said this was referring to you. Where's your picture in this?
I said, you asked me earlier.
Where's your picture?
No, no. You asked me earlier.
Your Honor, I'd ask the witness to answer the question.
Okay.
You can clarify that there's
Okay, okay.
Is your picture in this post?
No.
Is that a picture of your father?
Yes.
So this actually pertains more to your father than you.
Correct.
Now, Justin also said the claim that the Adams County sheriffs are thieves included him and that therefore paints him in a false light. But Afroman's attorney clarified that Justin was never singled out, that calling someone a thief could be an opinion, and that the handling of the money from the raid was not done according to their protocol. So... Quick pause before I keep going, because I want to tell you what I do when I first start researching a story or a case.
Okay, shut the fuck up. Okay.
And hunt them down. And then next up was Officer Michael Estep. And this is the post Afroman made about him. The caption for this one says, quote, Good morning, ladies. This guy was easy. Introducing Colonel King Kong Bundy. Let me know if you have a nickname better than mine. What you got? Now, despite that post, Estep's main claim in the lawsuit is that Afroman called him a thief. But on cross-examination, Afroman's attorney highlights that this isn't the first time he's been connected to theft.
And you've been called a lot of names by people in 24 years, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Things worse than a thief, correct?
Not put out there to be detrimental in something that is criminally related.
You never had anybody
Not
ask you about
homely.
being a thief and when
No.
your wife was charged with theft?
No.
When your wife pled guilty to stealing from her employer?
Tell me why you would do that to the jury.
Your Honor, I
Why
would
you
ask
do
this.
that to the jury?
Your Honor, I'm asking a question that builds on his reputation. He says he has never been called a thief before, yet he keeps saying that everybody treats him differently. This goes to his reputation. He is used to this. Has happened before. So restating the question, Mr. Estep, your wife did steal from her employer, correct?
Yes.
Well, damn.
And it was a felony sum of money, correct?
Damn.
which is over $1,000.
Yes.
Osborne also plays some body cam footage from the raid and points out Estep calling
They had
Afro
him
Man a name
fucking-
during the
They had him like say that, yeah, I am a thief.
search.
On your body cam during an official search, you called Mr. Foreman a sex addict?
I couldn't clarify her addict. I couldn't clarify.
Would you like me to replay it?
Yeah.
I know Brian probably looked at that stuff because some of the stuff I think was mentioned in there. Well, he's just an addict when it comes to sex.
Mr. Eastep, do I need to play it again?
I still can't decipher it. I mean, it's. I mean, whatever.
Can we get the hearing aids from Mr. Eastep?
Right here in the
Center.
right.
Were you able to hear at that time, Mr.
Yeah.
Eastep? Would you agree that you called Mr. Foreman a sex addict?
Yeah.
Do you believe how you do your job duties reflects on your reputation?
God damn.
Yes.
So,
God damn.
someone
bro.
seeing this could reflect badly on your reputation based on what you did?
Possibly.
Mr. Eastep, I'd like you to take a look at the screen in front of you. You're going to see what's been marked Defense Exhibit C. Have you seen that post?
Yes.
And that is the singular post that Mr. Foreman made in reference to you, correct?
Yes.
Where you were called, and I quote, Colonel King Kong Bundy.
Yes.
King Kong Bundy.
King Kong Bundy was a wrestler, correct?
Yes.
Dan Goodwin, correct?
I don't know about that. Can't answer that.
All right, next up was Officer Sean Grooms. An Afro Man made a post calling him the Hunchback of Notre Dame. But like the others, Grooms' main claim in the lawsuit is that Afro Man painted him in a false light by calling him a thief. Again, not by name, just a general post about Adams County sheriffs being thieves.
Is it true that Mr. Foreman called you a hunchback?
Yes.
And specifically compared you to Quasimodo,
Yes.
the Disney hero?
I'm assuming that's who it is.
Quasimodo from the Disney movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Jesus.
I've never watched it, so I don't know.
Would you agree that when someone calls you a thief, it might be an opinion of theirs?
Can be, yeah.
Same as if when people say crooked cops, it's just an opinion?
Yeah.
And so is your entire claim for false light that you were called a thief?
Yes.
And you would agree that Mr. Foreman is an artist subject to exaggeration?
I guess so, yeah.
And just
Damn.
for the sake of question, nobody would ever think you're Quasimodo from the book, correct?
I don't guess. People think different things.
You know, I wasn't thinking it, but if that's your answer, hell, you might be. The next officer up was Sean Cooley, who apparently is the dad to Justin Cooley. Can't you see the resemblance? Now, this Sean has more claims than the other officers because he's the subject of the viral Lemon
Oh my
Pound
God,
cake
excuse
song.
me.
So he says that, plus Afro Man calling them all
on mute,
thieves,
I'm on
has
mute, I'm
greatly
coughing.
impacted him and his ability to do his job.
To understand that, you got to go back before this happened. We would go on calls. You'd very seldom ever have any trouble at anybody. Very, very rarely. You might get a drunk that was smart off or something of this nature. Then he starts calling us thieves on the internet, starts selling merchandise with our photo on it. So now when you go into a bar for a call, you've got people in there screaming, hey, you going to steal all of our money? You know, or you go on a call. I had one guy come out of a bedroom after me, call me a thief and wanted to know why I sold Afro Man's money. It just went from being a nice, quiet community, a job you felt safe in, to a place where you had to look over your shoulder every second. One of the things that really kind of upset me, I was doing an investigation as a detective, and I had to go all the way up to Eastern Ohio. And when I walked into the deputy's room up there,
Actually, you know what's funny? They're like, oh my God, you hurt our feelings. But they, like, you know, Afro Man's kids were in the house during the raid and, like, pointed their guns at the kids. And now they're, like, in court saying, like, oh, our kids are upset because of the songs that Afro Man sang.
Talk to them. They all knew me. All knew that I'd been called a thief. Lemon pound cake. He sold
Lemon pound
merchandise.
cake.
Sweatshirts, T-shirts, things of that nature, at all of his venues. Matter of fact, they were for sale at a smoke shop here in town.
And when it was time for
Lemon
cross-examination,
pound cake.
Afro Man's attorney played the entire lemon pound cake video. Now, I'm not going to play it because I've been getting the copyright
watch the lemon.
notifications, but Sean Cooley does.
They made him watch the whole lemon pound cake song in court.
Does identify himself in the video.
Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
You
were
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Now, who was sending the pound cakes out?
Someone sick. Oh my god, people are such trolls. They're sending a pound cake at work.
You would admit that you with the glasses walking by a lemon pound cake on the counter?
Yes.
Lemon
That is
pound
Security
cake.
footage from the search of Mr. Foreman's residence?
I assume, yes.
Lemon pound
But there's no
cake.
question that's you during the search.
Yes.
There is question or there's
No, that is not.
I spilled my coffee on my
And in
wack
regards
room.
to the claim about stealing, Osborne highlights that although Sean Cooley testified that he had the money in his care the entire time, he's seen on body cam footage leaving it.
Looking at the table here in the bottom right-hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
is that the evidence bags with the money?
Yes, sir, it is.
Those were the evidence bags you were just testified to that you watched the entire time for Mr. Newland?
It is the money evidence bag, yes.
Okay. And you're watching it right now, and you're looking at it.
Yes.
Lemon pound cake.
And you're walking outside now.
Doo-doo-doo, lemon pound cake.
The person's following you. Sean, it would be a fair statement to say you didn't watch that money the entire time that Brian Newland left it in your possession, correct?
No, you are correct. But you can also hear me tell another deputy, keep an eye on that money. If you want to play
Which
it back.
deputy
it's-
was that?
I don't know. I have no idea, but you can hear me and see me talking to another deputy before I walked out.
Now, Sean, that's not helpful. And then David Osborne has Sean drill down to what exactly he's suing Afro Man for. He asks him what he believes paints him in a bad light and was defamatory.
I'm going to get this straight. So you're saying that being called Officer Pound Cake has colored you in a false light, correct?
No.
Okay, so being called Officer Pound Cake has nothing to do with this lawsuit.
No.
So the only thing that you're saying painted you in a negative light is the general comments calling the Adams County Sheriff's Department thieves,
No,
correct?
calling me a thief.
So there is a specific post that calls you a thief.
There's photographs with me on it, and he's accusing all of us of being thieves, so that incorporates me as well.
So it refers to the Adams County Sheriff's Department as a group then, and you're part of that.
Just members of the sheriff's department, not the entire sheriff's office.
But it doesn't list your name.
Yeah, there's posts that list my name, I'm sure.
You mean you're sure?
I'm pretty sure that there was some that had my name on it. I mean, I don't recall which ones, but
We haven't introduced any to evidence by your attorney. What posts are you referring to? I need a date and time.
I don't know. I'm just saying that there
He
could
doesn't
be. I don't
know. Oh my god.
There could be, but you don't know.
Right.
Do you mind keeping your testimony to what you know, not what you're guessing at?
Yeah, I have done as far as I can.
As far as you can. So in your defamation claim would be based solely on being called a thief as a group of people,
That's the majority of it, yes.
but not being called Officer Pound Cake.
No.
The final officer of the 7 was Officer Randy Walters. Now, Afro Man has made a few songs about Randy, including releasing one 2 days ago titled Randy Walters is a Son of a... But Randy says the biggest reason he's suing Afro Man is because of a song where Afro Man sings about having slept with Randy's wife.
Oh, here you go,
Doggy
the
style,
wife.
to be specific. And Randy says this claim is extra painful for him and his family because he and his wife have 3 adopted daughters, and one of them is mixed with black and white.
So 2 of my adopted daughters are biracial Hispanic, and my youngest adopted daughter is biracial African American.
So during direct examination, the attorney plays the I Used to F His Wife song multiple times.
I pay taxes, I work daily, I
What the fuck? Oh.
It says 3 years ago,
It's a pound cake.
727K on the views.
Lemon pound cake. Now I kind of want to taste what a lemon pound cake tastes like. I don't think I've ever had a lemon pound cake.
September 25th, I believe, of 2022.
All right, thank you.
And then another song is played.
No, bitch.
And my daughter came home and advised me that she was getting messed with at school because apparently her mom is having sex with Afro-Man, and since she's biracial, that must be her daddy. When you have a kid come home crying that's already been through a life, now they're getting hazed and harassed because somebody thinks it's funny. Somebody knows it's not true. Been with my wife for 28 years. She didn't have an affair with Mr. Foreman. She didn't make my daughter with Mr. Foreman. But now my family has to be harmed because of straight up 100% lies. Where in the world is it okay
Dude.
to make something up?
And then they ask him if he can prove that his wife has never had sex with Afro-Man, and he couldn't.
For fun
Oh my
that's
God.
damaging to others when you know for sure it's an absolute lie. The respect for my family, including my law enforcement family, wasn't nothing like the respect I gave to his children the night of the raid. I stopped what I was doing when his wife, who I know and have been friendly with for years as far as being associates, said, hey, somebody pulled, they were next door, somebody pulled in and they're scared. I stopped what I did, what I was doing, and went and checked on his kids to make sure they were safe. But the same respect that was given to his family had no regard to mine. And it was easy. Stop. I spoke to him on the phone.
But lemon flavor pastries tend to be meat too. Lemon flavor, but not in baked goods. I've tried like a lemon cheesecake. I like it. I like the lemon flavor.
He was concerned that he was going to be arrested that night.
I mean, I'm
And
biased. I
apparently
like
in some
sour
way on the
things.
phone, he didn't like my attitude towards not fixing his door. I'm sorry if you felt that I disrespected you in some way. I was explaining to him that we don't have the means to fix his door. We're leaving it in care of his wife. But I also cooled his fears that we're not coming to arrest you. Deputy or Sergeant Newland would like to talk to you. Get your attorney and come and talk to us. There's not going to be an arrest warrant for you. If an arrest warrant would occur, turn yourself in, go through the system, and do whatever. Nobody's chasing you through the woods, as reported. Nobody's doing any of that. The respect that was given to him, which I guess is not required in society, was not put forward to us.
And then on cross-examination, David Osborne also has this witness drill down to what exactly Afro-Man said that painted him in a bad light or was defamatory.
So, are you testifying and claiming that because Mr. Foreman called you Gomer Pyle, you've been painted in a false light with the public?
I'm not claiming that, sir.
Okay. You're not claiming that being called a son of a bitch is a claim you're pursuing that Mr. Foreman's called?
Damn.
Correct, sir.
Because there's no way we can prove whether you're a son of a bitch or not.
Nah, she's been dead for years.
I'm sorry about your mother. But you would agree, though, that when someone calls someone a son of a bitch, it's not necessarily a statement of fact. It's more a statement of opinion or a description of a person.
Sure.
Okay. Being called Beetle Bailey, you're not claiming that as part of defamation proceeding on that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And neither one of those three statements have painted you in a false light, correct?
Correct.
So you're solely being painted in a false light due to Mr. Walters saying he had sex with your wife.
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Good catch on that.
Yeah.
So you're claiming that is the defamation statement is that he said he had sex with your wife?
Yes.
And that's painted you in a false light?
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
He couldn't prove that his wife wasn't having
don't
sex
know.
with Afro Man.
Wait, you don't know
Holy
if your wife
shit,
cheated
that's
on you?
that's.
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question.
He
You
just
said you
killed
don't
his
know.
own.
I just
Been with
need to
that
make
woman
sure.
since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and
Stretchy,
entertainment,
stretchy,
it's out there.
stretchy, stretchy.
It's a problem.
I'm
So it's something we
stretching.
cannot verify the truth of?
Fix my hair.
Oh, Randy, you can't get mad when you're the one that said you don't know.
Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Exactly. You can't
And
verify
so are you
it.
claiming that
You can't
Mr.
verify
Foreman
it.
saying he had sex with your wife is a private fact about your life?
Him having an affair with my wife would definitely be a private part of my life if that was occurring.
And that has affected your reputation?
Yes.
Okay.
Randy Walters also provides some context around why he says the camera system from Afro Man's house was disconnected.
The intent, if I can, for the camera system is, in speaking with Detective Newland, that they thought there was some type of operation of narcotics transfers there, so it would be obvious that if there's a surveillance system, that would be on it. That camera system was disconnected with my multi-tool by Sergeant Phillips. I will trust in the fact, because I have not refuted, that I said, hey, disconnect it. I don't know for sure that I did, but I know that she used the multi-tool to disconnect it, and it was placed in the central area in that room for evidence to be collected, because it was to be collected. Because obviously, if you thought something was going on in a residence, you collect the surveillance system, you go later and get another search warrant. I didn't find out until a couple days later that that was not actually collected.
It was left at the scene,
Yes.
but it was disconnected.
Yes.
And you were
To
standing
take
there
as evidence.
to take his evidence.
Yes.
But it was not taken as evidence.
It was not.
Okay, the next witness was the person who investigated the missing money. And he basically said, after watching the body cam footage, it was clear that Brian Newland miscounted.
What Detective Newland does with $200 on the ground, you can hear him count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then when he lays down on the $200, he lays a single $100 bill down, and now he's counting 7, 8, 9, 10. So what he's counting as $1,000 is clearly that he only has $600 in the pile. He collects, you can clearly see on body cam where he's collecting as $100. It actually contains $110. Now you can clearly see this on body cam video where there's a $50 bill underneath 320s. He picks that up and he collects it as 100, but it's clearly 110. So he writes down on a piece of paper $4,390, when in fact the $390 doesn't really exist. I could not make a determination like I could on the other count. It just didn't provide
This is
me
so
a
fucking funny,
clear,
bro.
It was counted as $641 was what was written on the packaging material that was used, and counted as $641. When in essence, I believe when it was returned to the homeowner, I believe $631 was actually in the bag, a $10 discrepancy. I couldn't account for that on body video or the audio displayed, so I couldn't come to a conclusion to that amount.
Ciao. And then Afro Man himself took the stand. And he don't really need no intro, so here are some clips from his testimony.
Is it fair to say that one of the first big hits you had was But Then I Got High?
Because I got high.
Because I Got High?
Because I
You
got
had a large presence
because I
on
got
social media, obviously, correct?
His song was so big in the 90s. The Because I Got High song, holy shit, it was everywhere.
And on Instagram,
In 2000.
Is it fair to say that you have
Because I got
247,000 followers?
Yeah, I just got some of them the other day.
You
I
got new
was
ones
gonna
coming
go
all the
to
time.
class,
Not all
but
the
then
time.
I got
Just here
high.
lately.
Because the trial's coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, all the publicity from the officer's lawsuit and me is running up my numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is it fair
Look
to
at
say
his
you were
shades.
angry and upset about this search?
I wasn't happy.
And is that why you posted the things we've seen this week, because you weren't happy?
No, I posted it because the sheriff's never supposed to raid my house in the first place. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't have wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact, nothing. So all of this is their fault.
And because they executed a search warrant on your home, that gave you the right to post the things that we've seen this week on the internet?
Because
Is that
they-
right? Is that right, Mr. Foreman?
Yes, for
Yes.
tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right to my freedom of speech. After they left, I had the right to kick the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house. Yes, I did.
That includes the right to post the videos that you've just been posting up until Friday and beyond, right?
Yes, I have freedom of speech. I'm a rapper. I entertain. I write fiction, comedy. Yes, I mean, I entertain for a living like you practice law for a living. So I have to go to work. I never had my money taken by cops. I didn't know how this go. I don't know about reports. All I know is live on Fox 19 News, the lady admits that her department is short $400 of my money. That's all I know. I don't know how to investigate police officers taking money.
That's all you know, and that's all you know today, isn't it? That's the whole basis of your claim that your money was stolen, is that the amount of money that was in the bags is different from the amount of money that was written on the bag.
Yeah, my whole thing is they never should have raided me in the first place.
That's your whole thing.
That's my whole thing.
That's the point,
That's my whole
isn't
thing.
it?
If they never would have showed up, there would be no songs about them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras. None of this, we wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't have raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
And so you don't really care if they stole your money or not. You're just mad
I
about
do
what
care
they
about
did.
if they stole one.
But
Police officers shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. So I do care. All of it is an outrage. This whole thing is an outrage.
You have no evidence that they took your money except for the amount on the bag isn't the same as the amount.
How about the lady admitting that she took?
Did you answer my
She admitted that she took my money on live Fox 19 News. Go argue with the film clip.
You posted videos
Damn, bro.
about Brian
He
Newland
was, like,
doing
solid.
hard drugs.
He had
and
like
snitching on
solid
his friend,
defense.
And you posted those based
Of course
on
he was gonna
rumors.
win.
It's a fact. William Newland is a convicted pedophile, and Brian Newland is his brother. After I zeroed in on Brian, I asked about him. Come to find out, he's a large statutory that has sex with all kind of underage girls. He buys them beers and gets them drunk and all kind. That's probably the reason he had to leave the Adams County Sheriff Department, because he beats up his wife and he messed with underage girls, and he had to get out of town and go get a job in Norwood.
All right.
Damn, he's like, yeah, all of the rap lyrics I have are all facts. Damn, bro.
I want to answer my question.
I do. Please ask another one.
Well, let me ask this one again
Need
so I
some
can
coffee.
get an answer.
I need some.
Do you
not
remember in your
coffee, I need
deposition
water.
when I asked you,
I'ma
you have
fill
no
my
reason
fucking,
to think these rumors about
tumbler with some
Brian
water.
Newland are true, do you? And you said, well, it's more
shit.
entertaining if it's true, and I can make some money. Do you remember that?
You can
No,
hear
no,
the
it's a
ice,
3,
huh?
However long that deposition was. You can read the deposition and it tells you what I said. I remember the deposition.
And that deposition was taken
Deposition.
in DJ Osborne's office?
Yes, sir.
That's the same office that you
What if
used
I had become a
to
lawyer?
film that video that we saw last night.
Milky,
with
for
the
milks,
actor
attorney at
playing
law.
Lieutenant Lisa Phillips, and that actor was
My parents wanted me to become a lawyer. Can you imagine me as a fucking lawyer? I can't even imagine myself as a lawyer. I'm too fucked up.
Sitting in the same chair that Lisa Phillips sat in during her deposition.
Wait a minute. He filmed parts of the Lick 'em Up Lisa video in his attorney's office. His attorney let him do that?
You have no evidence that Brian Newland ever molested little boys.
If you look at the picture, he's holding the little boy's butt. It's too much for me. So if you use your eyeballs.
If you use your
and
eyeballs.
brother's a convicted pedophile.
That's your evidence for posting that pedophile stuff
Hey,
about
I'm just
little
trying to
boys.
figure out. I'm trying to figure out what kind of guy is kicking on my door. What kind of guy is walking around my house reading my bank statements? It's a dude. It's a dude that's possibly got a convicted brother, deputized by the sheriff, walking around, possibly stealing my money. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on as I zoom in with my cameras. That's not the type of guy I don't think should be on the police force.
You have no evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money, do you?
I know if she hadn't raided my house, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Nor a lawsuit or nothing. They never should have been at my house.
And is it true that one of your big motivation, really, in making all of these posts is to make money?
To pay for the damage that they brought to my house under the circumstance that they shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
Okay. So the answer to my question is yes, your motivation was to make money.
To pay for the damages that they brought to my house under the circumstances that they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Have you made enough yet to make up for it?
Not really. You know.
How much have you made on it?
I don't know exactly, but it wasn't hardly $24,000. Everybody, thanks to them bringing publicity to this, it's just an opportunity to run numbers up and be an entertainer. Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me.
Fucking
These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you
Lemon
the right
pound
to do
cake. Oh my
anything.
Under
god.
the circumstance that I got freedom of speech,
The lemon pound cake is stuck in my mind now. Lemon pound cake. Do-do-do-do-do. Lemon pound cake.
after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do.
And yes, we can.
And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
Is there anything that could change your mind about what you're doing to these deputies?
Is there anything that can change my mind about the fact that they shouldn't have been at my house in the first place? Is there anything that can change my mind about how my money shouldn't have been touched in the first place? No.
Wait, I found something. Okay. Wait. Okay. I found something on the internet. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh shit. It's still in full view. Actually, okay, let's finish this and then I'll show you something I found.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why would he say you're welcome? After that, the plaintiff rested, and the only witness the defense called was Rhonda Grooms. And she is the ex-wife of Officer Sean Grooms. This is just so unserious. Rhonda is a teacher and clearly not a fan of Sean anymore. So she testifies about her understanding of music being exaggerated and how Afroman's songs had no effect on her when they were married.
You've worked with kids for how long?
30 years.
When they would play Mr. Foreman's song Lemon Pound Cake, did they take that as a literal fact from your observations?
No.
Are you familiar with the song WAP, Wet Ass?
Wet ass pussy?
Is that a rap song?
It is.
Has your students played it in class?
Once, and I asked them to please turn it off.
When they were listening to it, did they think that was fact?
No.
So they didn't think that that was depicting anything in real life?
No.
Would you agree it's derogatory towards women?
No.
Even though it says nasty things about him?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the artist's opinion, I guess. That's the way I feel.
So, Ms. Grooms, has Mr. Foreman's posts about Sean or any of the general posts about the Adams County Sheriff's Department as a whole affected your life any at all?
No.
So, the posts never affected your life, never affected your marriage?
No.
Okay.
Rhonda was the final witness of the trial, and then it was time for closing arguments. The officer's attorney asked the jurors to award the officers a total of $3.9 million, but after deliberating only a few hours, the jurors came back with a
$3.9
very different verdict.
They're suing him for 3.9 million. Jesus.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand adjournment.
Hooray!
You're welcome.
He won! It was such a silly case, though. Lemon pound cake.
So Afro Man wins, and that's the end to this very random yet absolutely hilarious
Oh,
trial.
shit.
What a mess.
Lemon pound cake. Okay. Look at this thing that I found on the internet. We have to listen to it together. Okay, we have to listen to this ASMR Sponge XU. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Want me to drain your fucking car? Yeah, yeah. Put out them. Good boy. Want me to drain?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, that was funny. That was fucking funny. Okay, enough. Okay. I should stop. Okay, wait. I want to listen to Lemon Pound Cake again. Will you forgive me if I listen to Lemon Pound Cake? Lemon Pound Cake. I like. Can I listen to Lemon Pound Cake? I really like it. Lemon Pound Cake. Do 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 do. Lemon Pound Cake.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what?
Of what?
Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. He's a Adams County Sheriff. He's hungry and he's big as hell. He was sniffing for weed. Then he smelled another smell. What was that? Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound.
Okay, I joined like a karaoke Discord server where you can request like songs that doesn't have like karaoke versions yet. What if I ask for Afroman's Lemon Pound Cake? I'm gonna do it right now. Requests. Let's see. Song requests. Has anyone made the lemon pound cake song by Afroman? Hey. I hope someone makes one. I'm gonna sing it. I'm gonna sing it.
Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. The munchies because he got high. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. He sees my cake and my porno mag call boom boom.
Get the water.
Something happened to his camera on the way to the evidence room. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice. Make the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. The munchies because he got high. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his Glock. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. The munchies because he got high.
Okay, enough. Okay. What other stuff can we watch while I finish my commission piece? Gabby Hanna was just exposed. Flights canceled. I heard about this. The TSA people are like quitting, right, in the US, and flights are all canceled. Are you guys doing okay? Why did they resign? Why aren't the TSA people not coming to work? Can someone tell me why? What the fuck? What is this? Police discovered kidnapped woman chained to floor.
Yes, there actually is a woman chained up in a house. Officers from the Louisville Metro Police Department in Kentucky are dispatched to a neighborhood after a 911 caller reports a woman chained at the neck, yelling for help from a broken window of a house. As officers arrive at the location, they have no idea how fateful their actions would soon be, as the full story plays out on their body cams.
Put the door down? Yeah. I got a bunch of loot. Yeah, it's... let's head back. That was hard. Which window she kick out? Huh? Which window she kick out? Hang on 1 second. Which window she at? Where? 213 Baker to radio. Be advised, we do see a female chained up at the top window. We're trying to make entry, but there's something barricading the door. Yeah, this board's there too. He's boarded up everything. Everything's boarded up. Hold the back and you want to hold the back or the front? I'll hold the back. Yeah, fire's on the way. The ladder was on the side. There should be a ladder on the side. There you go. You want to get up there? Or we'll climb through the window. They nailed everything shut. Well, we got this though. Try to keep the door in, but everything is boarded up. You want to go first? Like this. Is anybody else in there? He did what? Is he Hispanic? Hey, there's a Hispanic male down the street with his friend. That might be who it is.
He's got long hair.
Long hair on the top or on the sides?
Yeah, he's got long hair.
Where's the key? Yeah,
I know he's got it on his feet. And he's got it on his
But there's no one else in here, right?
No, you can check. There's no...
Is it just you in here? No female?
It's me. I got close enough to get the window. To kick the window. I didn't even cut my leg. I got close enough to kick the window.
All right, we got fire coming, so give us a second, okay?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Anytime you do the right thing.
I think I've seen this before. This is like years old. I've seen this like 2 years ago. I remember seeing this 2 years ago.
You can check everything. There's nobody else.
So is he a clean-cut Hispanic male?
He is, yeah.
He's down the street.
I think I watched like the uncensored version of this like before YouTube became like super serious with like censorship. Like they had like the uncensored version in YouTube. I think I watched this.
He's got long hair. He's kind of big.
Huh? Yeah, let's clear real quick. Make sure.
So all we got is kittens down there. We got 5 kittens. So watch out for them.
Here we go. Hold it on her next one.
There was also like I remember there was also this case where it was like a mail to order bride. So the guy ordered like a mail to order bride and then he chained her in the basement. Like what?
So don't break it. All right, let me go.
Amazing that they didn't censor the hatchet. YouTube is like very serious with like the censorship on weapons, so you have to like blur weapons sometimes.
Does he have any firearms?
No, I don't think so.
North 33rd and Portland Plaza.
A slot machine gun with like a very much. Basically, gets me to dance niggas for me. People that want to change the world. I'm doing for it.
There we go.
203.
Thank you so much.
You want to try to make exit through the front?
He's got the side door locked. You have to get in and get out.
Can you get out?
Yeah, I don't have a key to get out. You have to have a key to get in and out.
213. Yeah. You got him in chain. We're going to try to come out to the front.
The front door is
What the hell? It doesn't have like a panel. It's like a you can get electrocuted.
I can't open it. The door's he's got it locked.
Oh, he screwed it in.
He's got a screwdriver in this other room. It's locked. In the kitchen to the left.
Nobody's in the basement, right?
No, nobody's here.
3 Baker, are you on the other side of the front door?
10-4.
This room is locked. He won't ever let me in there. You have to have a key to get in.
Hey, I got 5.
Thank you, mommy. Kumain. Kumain na. My mom got me Yakult. Yeah.
Fire out here.
It looks like they got the front door and all the doors down there nailed shut. You're fine. We're here now, okay? We're gonna get you out of here. Don't say sorry for nothing.
You need fire to force this door?
I love
10-4. We're clear of it. You can go ahead and force it.
You bust that door.
All right, let's go in here real quick, okay? That's fire. They're forcing the door open for us.
He called me on the phone. He's like, I can see this lady. She's chained up. I was like, I'll be right there.
Lemon pancake.
Watch the mirror. Okay. Come on now.
Hey, did y'all clear the house?
Yeah, we cleared it. The only thing locked still is the basement door right here. She said nobody else is in here.
And the last door right there, it keeps locking.
Yeah, you had a chance to look up.
Hey, Randy, grab the bolt cutter.
Who did this? Are you hurt? You need EMS or anything?
No, I just went out of here.
Okay. You want to sit out here on the porch? Okay. You go like a little blockade so everybody's not getting videos of her. Just block what your body is. I don't want everybody to see her. How long you had that around your neck?
4 hours, maybe 5. We have a 1-year-old daughter together.
Where's she at?
My aunt has custody of her.
Okay.
And that's why he's always fighting with me. Because they wouldn't let her go home to this house. He said, you're not going nowhere this time. He said, you're going to do it nicely or we're going to do it the hard way. When he left, I tried getting it off the floor. I couldn't. I got close enough to the window. I broke the window and yelled at the neighbors.
Just hold really still real fast. You want to go like 30 feet?
Might be easier to cut the link on the chain. What kind of car does he drive?
He don't have a car. He was with his friends, but I don't know. They picked him up in the back.
Poor lady. What the fuck?
What's his name?
Moses.
Moses?
Last name May. He's a stocky guy. He's got 2 tattoos of his daughter and son's name on his chest and a Scorpio right here on his arm. He's got hair like down to his shoulders.
How long y'all been together?
We've been together for 3, 4 years.
3 to 4 years and they like do that to you? Holy shit.
Y'all have kids together?
We have 1 daughter.
You said you don't need EMS?
No, I don't need it.
Yeah. No, you're not sorry for nothing. And you all cleared the house?
Yes.
Good. I mean, yeah, we can go back again to double check. Let's run another search just to make sure.
Like 10 kittens.
Is there dead ones around?
No, but
Because there's like some death smelling over
I
here.
know. I told him to take care of him, and there's already 3 missing. I don't know if he killed them or what.
Damn, he killed the kittens?
I got straight forward. Police!
Damn. Hey, my sister has that oven.
I'm wondering why all these are nailed shut. Yeah, a lot of these doors are nailed shut. We really can't do nothing with them. Do you have a gun or anything? Any kind of weapons?
A
knife?
He always has either an axe or a machete. He cut my hair with a machete.
When did you do that?
The 3 nights ago, that's why I left him in the first place. It was all the way down here.
Oh shit, I have to pee. I have to pee. Guys. I have to pee. Can you stay here while I pee? I need to pee. I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, I peed. I had to pee. I'm sorry. I was drinking too much water and I had to pee. Okay. Whenever I'm like drinking medicine, I drink like extra water. What else can we watch while I finish my artwork? Hey, it's the guy that got like kidnapped and cut up. Holy shit. That was so sad. What's this? What anime is this? Hi. Lemon pound cake. Lemon pound cake. Oh shit. Oh, it's my aunt's birthday. Fuck, I forgot to greet her. Lemon pound cake. Da da da. Oh shit, dude! There's a lemon pound cake. Someone replied. There's a lemon pound cake music video. Hey, do you want me to do a karaoke? Hello. 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 Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Is it working? Hello, hello, hello. Kick down my door, and I heard someone sent me the karaoke. Holy shit! Okay, enough. I'm not gonna do that right now. Maybe later. But I really have to focus. I should not get distracted. I have to focus on my artwork. Lemon pound cake. No, I'm done. Someone just sent me the karaoke of the lemon pound cake. I want to, okay, let's watch like some, let's watch some news while I draw. I need to watch random shit while I draw.
2 small vessels were hauled ashore in Okinawa Prefecture.
調査官2名が不屈の調査をしているところです。
The Japan Transport Safety Board classified the incident as a marine accident on March 17th and began investigating the boats.
ちっちゃい船に、結構な人数が乗っていたんだなという印象は受けました。
2 small vessels carrying 18 high school students on a study trip from Kyoto capsized off Okinawa's Henoko on March 16th. A 17-year-old student and a captain in his 70s were thrown into the sea and died. The high school held a news conference on March 17th.
非常に優秀な生徒で、英語の力は特にネイティブ並みに非常に気軽に先生おはようとかこんにちはとかいうふうに声をかけてくれる生徒でございました。
The students were visiting Okinawa as part of a peace education program.
一人一人が平和を作り出す人になれるようにという思いから40年以上にわたり沖縄研修を続けてまいりました。
The study program began 3 years ago to learn about Henoko, where reclamation work is underway to relocate the U.S. Marine Corps Futenma Air Station. The boat the students were on had been used for protests against the relocation.
もちろん、戦場で抗議活動をするようなことは一切しておりません。
Safety management has been raised as an issue, as a high wave advisory had been issued for the area at the time of the accident.
Poor kids.
Why did they decide to set sail?
私どもにしてみれば海のことはよくわからないということもありますので、船長の方の、お考えの形で、出港を決められたと。安全は、一応担保されているというふうに考えていたというのが事実でございます。
すみません、その安全担保の根拠は何だったんですか。
これは金井先生とのお話の中でということでございます。
金井牧師が安全であるとおっしゃったがゆえに安全であると判断したということですね。
ございます。
The high school president explained that the final decision was left to the captain. Only students were on board the ship, while the supervising teachers were waiting at the port. The school stated that they were not aware that the capsized boat was not registered for commercial passenger transport.
What?
The school plans to establish a third-party committee to investigate the cause and work on preventing recurrence. An expert on marine rescue said that people should be especially careful when a high wave advisory is issued.
特に沿岸部というのは、磯波というのが発生する可能性があるんですね。波と波がぶつかってですね、寄せてくる波と反射する波がぶつかって、さらに
So 2 people died. Fuck, that's so sad. That's why
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some seriously scary videos, so hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content, just like this. Ehab Kasmia is a popular urban explorer on YouTube and Snapchat who often investigates eerie abandoned buildings, and more often than not he encounters some very strange things. The building that he explores in this video appears to have been a residence at some point.
Oh shit. This is such bullshit, bro. Patient attacks young paramedics. Okay, let's watch that.
We've got a crew being assaulted.
Help, help, help!
Good morning, Golf 304.
We've got a 59-year-old female
Currently suffering with chest pain and difficulty in breathing.
999.
How's your flat?
That's really good.
So, what's this, the fourth one you found now since you... So press their emergency button.
Golf 412, Golf 412, go ahead.
When pressed, the emergency button on a paramedic's radio cuts off all other communications and broadcasts openly to all crews on the channel.
Golf 412. Nikki, I've got a crew emergency. Golf 412, you receiving? Golf 412.
We've got a crew emergency.
Can you get urgent, please?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Get the police, quick.
Hello, Met Police. It's London Ambulance. We're having a crew emergency. We've got a crew being assaulted by a patient.
Can you do a look to see if there's any resources around?
I can send 397 at 6 minutes away.
Yeah, just put them on a call. Just send them straight away.
A clinical team manager is the only available ambulance resource and is immediately dispatched. They are a 6-minute drive from the crew suffering the assault.
Golf 412, we are getting urgent police down to you. Are you receiving?
Not receiving.
Holy shit.
I was just trying to think if I recognised the voice.
No.
Did you?
No, it's a girl though.
Help, help, help.
Golf 412, you receiving?
Yes, sorry. Receiving, sorry, we just got attacked by a patient.
We have someone on the way. Are you all okay? I don't think so.
Yeah, we're okay.
Okay, just to confirm, were you assaulted by the patient?
Yeah, physically assaulted.
Physically assaulted. Oh, bless him.
Okay, we have a team leader on the way to you. They are about 5-6 minutes out.
It's horrible, isn't it? Are you right?
Yeah. I was just really distressed.
Yeah, no,
because you
it's
sounded
horrible.
so
She
young.
sounds so scared. It's all right. You're all right. Oh, bless her.
She sounded so young and scared.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It makes you feel really helpless. We can only be so safe.
Part of the job.
But it just gives you a bit of a reminder, doesn't it?
Crew all right?
Yeah, she's just a bit shaken.
Shaken up. All right, as long as they're safe, I know they shouldn't be put in that position whatsoever.
Yeah, they can't get their equipment back. Police are trying to restrain this patient.
Okay, that's fine. Just show team leader with them, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Wasn't expecting that. It was horrible, wasn't it?
Oh, that call was just like.
Okay. A new Mujin video. Oh my god. Do you guys watch Mujin? Hi, hello. I kind of want to watch Mujin's video, but it's like an hour long. But it's such a good, long videos are so good, especially when you're like drawing. Okay. What we can do is we can make it smaller. Right? We can make this smaller.
Human ingenuity is what allowed our species to overcome our biggest challenges through creativity and resourcefulness. It's what allowed our very distant ancestors to make the discovery of fire, and it's what most recently gave us access to the forbidden skies, allowing us to fly. And while throughout history there are many different examples of these incredible discoveries, it is in my humble opinion that
Oh shit, okay, wait.
our best
How about
discovery
now?
yet is probably pastries.
Hello?
That's right. Whether that be a pain au chocolat,
Pastries.
croissant, beignet, éclair, you name it, there are very few things that can compare. And while France is easily the best place in the world to get any type of pastry,
I'm
its
still low.
residents, more specifically over the last few years, would have to come face to face with this industry's biggest, darkest secret: industrial pastries. More notably,
Hello,
the
hello,
croissant.
hello.
Now look, this
Hello,
was a big deal.
hello.
When you're going to
There
a
you go.
bakery, the
How now?
expectation
How
is that
about
you'll be
now?
receiving something
How about
made
now?
in-house in the morning, fresh,
I put my
delivered
gain
right
up.
into your hands. These bakeries, though, were selling these pre-frozen pastries under the guise of them being fresh, without giving any indication or disclaimer that they're pre-frozen, essentially scamming you. I mean, this
I
was
have some
scandalous.
bread
It even
right
led to the
now.
creation of a new label that certifies that, hey, this bakery actually does everything by hand.
I
We
have
don't
some
use
bread.
frozen products. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't take a genius to understand this problem. Why would I pay the same exact price, sometimes even more, for something that is pre-frozen when I could just use that same money to buy something made fresh in the morning? For the consumer, this didn't make any damn sense. That's simple to understand, right? Well, apparently, to some artists these days, this concept cannot get through their thick skulls for some reason. And when I say artists, I'm talking specifically about Gami, an artist that started her activity 6 years ago and was well known in the VTuber community, all while being someone who very staunchly and publicly constantly opposed AI usage in art, calling out anyone who dared to use AI with their art or who faked the fact that they
Yeah, I
actually
love
drew
bread.
it. In fact, she would go even further and
Send
would
me
draw
money
an
for
entire meme
bread.
saying, maybe I make ugly drawings, but at least I don't use AI. And guess what? This post would go absolutely viral, but not because of the meme itself. It would go viral because of the very humiliating community note that would be attached to it, destroying any ounce of her reputation in one day. And that's without mentioning
Why?
the
What's
two
the community
Google
note?
Docs that were written about her. Now
Tell
look,
me
I
the
made a lot of
community note.
videos about people getting community noted on Twitter, okay? But this right here might be the most merciless one
Why is my stream always turning into a mukbang? Sorry, I'm just hungry.
yet. This is why I figured we had to talk about it. Before we step into this, just know that you can use the code MUJIN for 10% off anything. Alright, so let's get one thing straight. Tracing has been a problem in the arts community for many years, even before ChatGPT and other AI tools came out. The arts community consensus about tracing was that it was okay if you were trying to learn, but immoral if you were trying to make it seem like it was your own work. And we didn't really need AI for that to be a problem. In fact, one could go back as recently as November 9th, 2025, when Hisashi Iguchi, one of the most well-renowned artists in Japan,
When you eat
would be
90% of your weight,
exposed as
yeah,
having
just
traced
over
for,
that.
well, his entire fucking career. This guy's drawings were top of the game. You'd find them in exhibitions, you'd have companies hiring him to make posters out of them, and yet it turned out that the drawing he had made for the Chuoline Culture Festival in 2025 was nothing more than him taking the picture of a woman on social media
Yeah, I
and
don't
just
know why it does
tracing
that.
over it.
It just
Quickly
bounces.
afterwards, people would start analyzing his
I'm just
past work, and it
doing
would turn out to
normally.
not be an isolated incident. The guy has been doing this for his entire career, taking pictures all over the internet or by photographers and just claiming that it was something that came from his own head. This is very significant because even before the widespread use of AI, I could have very easily taken any of
This
these
is my
images that he had
lunch.
taken, put them through some drawing
bread.
filter, and made it seem like I drew it myself, okay? The inherent problem with tracing, or hell, you can call it just cheating, is that it's very easily detectable if it's done by an amateur, but very hard to prove if it's done by someone who actually knows how to draw. This has always been the case. And while we could, to a certain extent, cross-reference images that were traced before AI, that is no longer the case, because just about anyone can just generate any image they want, and it would be a unique image, one that doesn't exist anywhere else. So even if someone does trace, you can't prove it by cross-referencing their illustration to the original image. You have to prove it in
Hey, plain tortang talong is so good. It's one of my favorite dishes.
other ways, and that typically requires a lot of effort, most notably, well, a Google Doc.
My lunch
This
is
is where
bread.
Gami comes in, an artist
Got
that has
2
been
pieces
active for
of
the last
bread
6
right here.
years and also happens to stream as a VTuber. She grew her following like, well, most artists would, drawing well-known VTubers and content creators, as well as participating in viral art trends. This would lead her to get followed by many of these VTubers that she drew, okay? Some of them very big. And as an artist, if you get followed by some of these top guys, well, you get legitimized. People look at you and think, oh, well, if this person follows them, then they must be an actual real artist that does work on time, right? Gami would of course understand this, which would then lead her to open up her commissions. This is where VGen comes in, a website that gained huge prominence within the VTuber community, but now pretty much exists
It's the
for
Suica
just about
model.
anyone. What makes it unique is that it doesn't support any sort of AI usage, doesn't sell user data, and doesn't display ads. It also happens to be very exclusive. In order to create an account to sell things on the platform, you need a code. That referral code can only be acquired in one of 6 different ways. But getting a code is only the first hurdle. After you actually create your account, you have to go through multiple criteria in order to get verified by an actual real human being that will make sure that you are legit. And guess who had an account on VGen? Gami. she'd be charging up to $60 for a basic colored sketch, $30 for a Twitch emote, and $150 for a square-sized image meant to be used as a profile picture on social
$150 for an icon?
These prices just so happen to be industry standard, okay? There's nothing crazy about them. Some people charge less, some people charge more. But when you pay $150 for a profile picture, you're expecting to, get something made by a human being. That was what people thought they were getting. In fact, on January 28th, 2026, Gami would make sure to push this idea to her audience and anyone who might see this post on Twitter. She'd post this very simple meme saying, maybe I make ugly drawings, but at least I don't use AI. One of the replies to her post would be some really terrible AI slop. She'd make sure to reply to it with vomiting emojis. And here's the deal, right? This post for almost more than 20 days would have no community note. Gami would go on to continue posting art and living her life. She could have never expected that on February 18th, 2026, the user Ruru would quote tweet that meme she made about how she didn't use AI and would say, yeah, about that. Gami has been using AI in her workflow and selling commissions. Read. Linking a Google Doc. It will be around 16 pages long. And I have to say, okay, look, I love these artist dramas because this Google Doc is, of course, very well formatted, as you would expect. It would start off with disclaimer. Do not send hate to Gami. This is merely for informing potential supporters and commissioners of the dishonesty about her workflow, including generative AI. This document and Gami's accounts contain suggestive/NSFW content. Great. I'm gonna have a lot of fun censoring.
Maybe this has been a bigger issue in the art community. People would generate AI and then they would just trace it or
this video. So look, this document mentions something very important in the beginning. The reason why this is such a big deal is because this person, Gami, was charging money while using AI. This is very dishonest. When you're paying an artist money, you're hiring them for their talent, not for what some generative machine can make out of a million convoluted drawings that it stole off the internet. The next part here would be introduction. First things first, please read knowing Gami herself has admitted to using AI in her workflow. Back in December 30th, 2024, someone would DM her, Gami, are you using AI as reference for your art? To which she would reply, I do sometimes, yes, but I draw them again with my own two hands, lol. I don't like taking them as literal references. Okay, cool, I guess we're done. Why is there 17 pages here? This is it. What else do you want?
You can hear my water bottle.
I guess we'll find out. The document continues, now with this in mind, I will show you why I think she wasn't only using references here and there, but one-to-one referencing or possibly tracing for a lot of her viral artworks. And also that she sells commissions using AI without disclosing it to this day. I will document her dated posts and artworks as well as conversations with her. This is where we get to the next section titled Documentation. Gami joined my Discord server around the start of October 2025. Shortly after, some of my members messaged me privately to warn me about her AI usage and her past drama, since I don't allow Gen AI in my server. I didn't want to assume things, so I took a good look at Gami's artworks and then decided it was best to ask her directly than to jump to conclusions. The messages are in Turkish, but you will have translations. Translations are in purple. Some parts are blurred due to privacy of third parties and to not bring back past drama that has already been settled. Alright, so here we can see Ruru asking in Turkish, 3 things were brought up to me, and the people who brought them up will remain anonymous to avoid creating any drama. I think they mentioned these issues because they became worried when they saw that you joined my server and they felt the need to warn me. So the first 2 issues are blurred, I guess they have nothing to do with this drama, and then the third one is, the last issue is the claim that you are tracing using AI. Of course, there's no proof of that, and proving it is almost impossible these days. It's because both Clip Studio and Procreate have a feature to hide the reference layer when speed paint. I looked at your drawings a bit.
No, I didn't. I sucked.
Even though we follow each other, I'd never actually stalked your drawings before, and I personally found a few of your drawings suspicious, which is why I wanted to ask you. If you want, I can show you the reasons for my suspicions through the drawings, and we can discuss it in more detail. This is when Gami would reply with, the AI tracing issue also arose because I was heavily referencing. I'm constantly sharing how I draw in the process anyway. I stopped referencing heavily quite a while ago. The document would continue, since she claimed she stopped heavily referencing quite a while ago, I showed her some of her recent illustrations that I found suspicious. So in this drawing we can see some sort of a puppy girl laying down on the bed, and the feet look very oddly suspicious as if made by AI. Ruru also felt the need to mention that even to this day, this drawing remains the banner of her Patreon, right? And seriously, these feet look very AI-like, very suspicious. Ruru would then say she deleted this art post after this conversation but still uses it as her banner on Patreon. I raised my concerns about how her anatomy knowledge and coloring skills didn't match. Some parts, like feet and hands, are drawn messily despite the rest having pretty good anatomy. This is common with AI tracers/users. Her art skills also suddenly spiked after some point. This led me to believe these art pieces weren't only referenced, but one-to-one or traced. So on the left, we can see a drawing made by Gami on September 2024. And yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's decent. It's nothing like incredible, right? It's not something that will belong in a gallery anytime soon, but it is what it is. However, 3 months later, on December 2024, she would make a fan art of Yaklesh, a well-known artist and VTuber. And here we can truly see
that's very obvious. Like, you just don't become that good in like 3 months. Holy shit.
Incredible difference. This is progress that usually takes place over years.
Years,
and there she
exactly.
was just, you know, making it look easy as if she just learned everything in 3 months. We also see another example of a drawing that looks really good, but the fingers are just weird. Something that AI infamously does all the damn time. The document then continues. Artists will probably understand that the drawing above, now deleted, has pretty good anatomy overall, yet the same level of skill doesn't apply to the hand. This issue is common in her drawings. She also came to my server a couple times to share her screen while drawing to prove herself, but she never sketched something from scratch. It was always something that was already drawn and halfway colored. She then sent me a speed paint as proof, but the speed paint didn't have a sketch and she drew things mostly without guidelines. For example, drawing the lines for the legs without a guide and other similar things. It was not very convincing, as you can just hide the reference layer and pretend like you drew it. So that's another thing with tracers, right? The idea that they just draw things out of thin air, when even some of the best artists in the world will still use reference layers. They don't immediately just draw a face and eyes like it's nothing. No, they'll actually take the time to reference where everything will be and then do that. I then showed her art on the
Even
right.
some nerds in a dish could be clever.
Censor that. Saying drawing something like this requires a
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not good with playing on my keyboard.
lot of skill, and people who draw in color like she did on the left cannot draw like the right picture too at the same time. These two drawings are a few months apart despite there being a huge skill gap. So again, the same thing we saw in 2024, we're seeing again in 2025.
Damn, she already has like skills. She just had to like practice more. I don't know. This is pretty good. Why she had to do this?
In August, she would draw something that clearly has bad anatomy, right? If we're talking about the elbow and the hand, as well as amateur-like coloring compared to the one on her right, which was posted just a few months later and looks insane. This is what you get after like drawing for 10 years, man. It's wild. And it's a shame that you can't really fully see it. Sorry, it's YouTube, not me. She then kept insisting that she knows how to draw, arguing she has traditional art she can show. And here we can see yet another conversation in Turkish between Ruru and Gami taking place in October 2025 after Gami had posted that very interesting drawing that I had to censor. Ruru would say, I repeat, this isn't about not being able to draw. That's why it's harder to distinguish when artists use it. But for example, when we go back in your gallery, there aren't any anatomy drawings like this or close to it. It's as if you suddenly drew it so well. Especially if you go back to before the year AI became widespread, the drawings look quite different. It might be one of the drawings you heavily referenced, as you said, it might be referenced from AI. To which Gami would say, yes, I'm referencing AI. The document would continue. Here she admits to referencing AI for her work again. She doesn't disclose this on her VGen or any of her socials. It's well known that using AI in any way isn't accepted by VGen. She also sells commissions there, meaning she has been and still is selling AI-assisted artwork without disclosing it. So far, she had admitted to using AI for references. I asked to see the references she used to check for tracing. Here we can see Ruru saying, can I see the reference used for this image? Gami would reply with, I don't save the photos, Ruru, sad face. To which Ruru would say, using a one-to-one reference isn't good either because it's not much different from tracing. To which Gami would say, I realized that too. After that, I completely removed that incident, which is referencing, from my life. Now I just pose in my head and use 3D models. Ruru would then say, it looks like you're regretting using heavy references. Gami would say, no, seriously, being called AI really hurt my pride. Ruru says, if you take a one-to-one reference from AI, it's perfectly normal for people to say that it looks like AI because it becomes AI indirectly. That's when Gami would say, I never thought of it that way because I drew it myself, but you're right. The document would continue and say she didn't have any references to show, and here she says she thought because she redrew the AI pictures, it still meant it was her own art. Despite all that, it looked like she regretted using AI in her workflow. But even after saying she stopped and being associated with AI hurt her pride, she still had drawings that were AI assisted posted on her socials like Twitter, VGen, and Patreon, of course undisclosed. I felt like she wasn't being honest. This is where we see their Discord conversation continuing, with Ruru asking, but if this situation upsets you and bothers you so much, why are these drawings still on your page? People who see them can just dismiss them as AI. Gami would reply to this saying, I don't usually have a habit of deleting posts. Sad face. I generally post them and then forget they exist. But you're right, it would be good if I deleted them. This is when Ruru would link one of her arts and say, and for example, even though you said you stopped taking heavy references, a post of yours from May 2025. The no-name fan art looks like it's referenced. Unless you decided to stop using AI 2 to 3 months ago or so, this post makes your claim about you quitting using AI not convincing, because you posted the AI referenced art for personal promotion. Gami would reply and say, I talked to No Name about the situation too, I explained myself, I also apologized if it looked that way. Ruru would specify in the document in parentheses, she did not apologize, confirmed with No Name. Gami would then say, and yes, I quit about 2 months ago, to which Ruru in the document in parentheses would say, which means she says she quit using AI in August 2025. Gami would end this conversation by saying, I understand how it looks, I'll remove the images I heavily referenced, I don't want to look like an artist who uses AI. The document continues and says she then went to her profile and deleted some of her artwork on her Twitter, but she did not delete any from her VGen and Patreon, which should be prioritary since it's where clients look. So here you go. Under pressure, she decided to delete the very AI-inspired artworks from her Twitter, but not from the platforms where people pay her money to draw. So essentially, she did nothing to fix the situation. So Ruru in the document would continue with, she said she stopped, so why did I make this document? I wanted to trust her, so I let this matter go for a while, hoping for a good change. But recently, I came across some of her posts on my Twitter feed and wanted to check. I saw that her VGen still had verified commissions that had AI involved in the workflow in her portfolio, and she posted suspicious art again on her socials. She said she regretted using AI and did delete some of her most recent AI-assisted works from Twitter/X. She said she stopped in August 2025. But to this day, she still uses AI on some of her commissions in her VGen portfolio and still posts on her alt. She's also running a Patreon where she shares her NSFW art, which is also AI assisted. This is one of her most recent YCH commissions on VGen, September 19th, 2025. This was created long before August and has the same skill gap as the examples above, so I'm positive this is AI assisted. She deleted this YCH offer on VGen, yet still does commissions with this YCH to this day. So listen, just if you're curious, YCH means your character here, so they're custom commissions. One offer she had on her page was YCH elbow, right? So your character here with your character trying to touch their elbows. And you know, if someone with big boobs tries to touch their elbows, yeah, I think you get the point. This is why it's sensitive content. So here we'd see 3 different YCH arts, okay? I have to definitely censor that nipple, okay? I'm saying this just to remind myself when I edit, but overall the whole point is that all 3 of these art pieces were done after August 2025, and they're very heavily AI inspired.
It's like
oh
they
my
just
god,
flipped.
I actually know this VTuber. This is Alien Mixture, man. The document continues, she was posting previews to gather her audience on Patreon. You can see this also doesn't look like her real art, so most likely AI assisted. So here we can see her posting on Twitter this sketch, right? 1 hour sketch, by the way.
1 hour
saying,
sketch?
remove the pasties on Patreon. So if you go subscribe to her Patreon, you'll get to see this art fully nude. This was the appeal. And it's still up on her Patreon to this day, even after this document came out. The document would continue. She also posted that she at least doesn't use AI, with frequently posted anti-AI content as well. So here we can see the meme she made about how she doesn't use AI even though she makes ugly drawings. And we can see multiple different tweets she made targeting AI users, calling them out and saying things like, an artist with a trained eye can notice you tracing over AI. Just a heads up. If you can normally draw, why are you tracing AI? You look like a sore loser. This is AI and the artist is lying. Do not be deceived. Unless they show an actual time lapse, I'm not stupid and your sketch is not a sketch. Always the AI sloppers. Even including a drawing of her character with the shirt saying, fuck AI. The document would then say, she made this time-lapse post while still using AI in her workflow. She claimed to quit AI during August 2025, but this was posted on June 17th. Fuck AI, but still use it? So here we can see a 15-second time-lapse of this drawing.
Let's see the
with her character
time-lapse.
saying, fuck AI on the shirt. And I mean, it's very, very clear here, right? That she's just drawing as if she's tracing. There's no reference whatsoever. It's like she's a genius that knows exactly where to place the eyes, the mouth, everything without making a single mistake, right? Without any hint that this is actually a real drawing, as if she's completely tracing an invisible layer here. Again, I really have to show you what an actual real time-lapse looks like, okay? I already used this example
Oh,
before in another
Dino!
video, and I'll do it again, all right? It's this drawing right here, and this is its time-lapse. So as you can see, it's a very messy process, right? Nothing is set in stone until the very, very end. Things are constantly moving, getting scaled, getting cut. This is what a real time-lapse looks like. And with Gami's time-lapse, we're not seeing that at all. A day before posting that very interesting time-lapse on June 16th, she'd post some, let's just say a cat girl sucking on something, right, on her alt account where she posted NSFW, and someone would just straight up reply and say, this is AI made, don't call it art. The document would say, some people could already recognize the AI and call her out sometimes. This is how my Discord members knew because the Turkish community is small, word spreads fast about dramas like this. She was already known to use AI in the Turkish community. This is when we get to the next section. I will now show the DM shown in the document's introduction. This is when I reached out to No Name. Gami had told me that she had apologized to No Name about the fan art she did for her that looked like AI. Here are her DMs with No Name. The character she was drawing has very, in all caps, big boobs, like F-cup big. She didn't seem inclined to change her sketch, using a weird excuse that doesn't make sense, possibly because the reference she's using had small breasts. No Name noticed how Gami's art quality didn't match her previous art and how she wasn't willing to do changes like boob size. These red flags led No Name to confront Gami, which then resulted in Gami admitting AI usage. This fan art was posted on the 29th of December 2024, now deleted. So even before the confrontation, right, this was December 27, 2024, Gami would send a sketch to No Name, and No Name would say, oh Gami, what is your secret? How are you speeding like that? But Booba should be bigger. 3 days later, No Name would realize that, wait a second, this actually looks way better than Gami's usual drawings and would ask the question, Gami, are you using AI as reference for your art? After Gami would admit that, No Name would say, make sure to use different references as well, otherwise you can accidentally train yourself doing the same mistakes AI does LMAO, to which Gami would say, I would rather slip on ice than do AI mistakes on my own human-made art. I would never LMAO. No Name was not informed until they asked. There isn't an apology as Gami claimed either. No Name does not support AI and states it publicly, so Gami made fan arts using AI for No Name knowing they're against it. That's why No Name asked if Gami was using AI, since they also found Gami's art suspicious and wanted to check with her. All the artwork that was done for No Name is now deleted from Gami's profile. So look, so far, this already looks pretty damn bad for Gami, alright? But this next section that we're about to look at is titled Artwork Comparison, and I think you can kind of tell what we're about to get into here.
Hey, Hololive has like a Gundam collab. Holy shit.
This is where the document takes an in-depth look at showing us what her art used to look like before AI and how much it differed after AI. I need to censor that nipple again, just saying that for editing purposes. I cannot forget this. Anyway, this section would start with why I think Gami isn't only referencing, but referencing one-to-one or possibly tracing to this day. We'd get 3 reasons. The first one would be her art skills without using AI are vastly different from AI-assisted ones. The second one, she doesn't have any proper art videos showing her sketch phase, and her streams usually start from already half-done art. And the third reason, she doesn't show any of the images she says she's referencing from, so it's likely traced or one-to-one referenced. So here we can see that even after starting to reference art, she would still attempt to make her own art, right? Trying to maybe mix it in with the AI-assisted posts, but even then they were very noticeable, right? It's not like they just blended in effortlessly. Here's a drawing from November 19th, 2025, in which you can see a clear gap in skill compared to the one posted on December 1st, 2025.
Yeah,
as if it was two different.
Look at the line work. The line work is very different. The hair, very different. Look, 1 month gap. No, that doesn't happen.
People. We already saw the second example with fan art for
Oh shit, this is very obvious. Holy shit.
Yoklash, but there will be way more examples here. I think the biggest difference here are the complex poses. She has a basic understanding of anatomy, but not complex enough to be able to draw something like this effortlessly. This is of course without us mentioning the incredible shading, right? The rendering here that is usually only seen with people who have been doing this for a very long time. What's even worse here is this comparison of these two drawings, which were both commissions on VGen, okay? Both of these were paid for. The first one, made in December 2024, looks to be somewhat her art style. It is a fairly simple drawing. The second one, though, made only 2 months afterwards, could have been AI assisted, most notably with the posing and the rendering, because it's not as flat as the first drawing. But worst of all, in all of this is her deleted artworks. The document would say, after saying she was going to delete her heavy reference from AI artworks, she deleted these art pieces from her Twitter. And yeah, if you're watching this with your own 2 eyes and not doing chores right now, you can very clearly see the massive, staggering difference between this kind of art style and the ones we just saw above that involved her using her actual own 2 hands without referencing AI. And also bear in mind, according to the document, this first image that we already saw earlier with the fucked up fingers was a paid commission. Someone paid money for this. Someone paid money for Gami to generate an art piece using AI.
Damn.
This is when we get to the conclusion. I am positive that Gami still uses AI in her workflow, despite saying she regrets it and that she quit in August 2025. As you can see in the document, she was still posting AI-assisted commission work on December 1st, 2025. I think the customers and her followers deserve to have transparency on her workflow. Not everyone wants to buy AI art or AI-assisted art. I hope this becomes an opportunity for her to finally come clean and draw without using AI. Or if she continues using it, at least disclose it in her profiles and stop her activities on VGen where people come to buy human-made art. To Gami, I was quite happy to have a Turkish artist friend and I really wanted to believe you. Since the Turkish art community is already constantly in chaos, it felt really nice to have someone to talk to. But as time passed by, I realized you weren't being honest with me or with yourself. I'm normally not a person who writes docs like these, but I felt secondhand responsibility about this since I'm also Turkish, from the same community. I really hope you can come clean. That's right. You can do anything you want in your life, guys, but never mess with a Turkish person's sense of identity and national pride. Otherwise, you're gonna have a Google Doc written about you. In any case, this document made things clear. Gami was not the person she was claiming that she actually was. She was very clearly using AI to assist in her work and sometimes tracing it one-to-one. Hell, I think sometimes she would just post it without really tracing anything. I mean, this Shy Lily drawing is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way she actually drew that when she was drawing things like this barely a year before. But overall, of course, the biggest reason for this document having been made is because she was charging people money, both on Patreon and VGen, all while promising human-made art. This is not the case here at all. But Ruru wasn't done yet. On February 19th, just a day after that initial doc had dropped, they would reply to their quote tweet and say, after this doc, some people reached out to me to tell their experiences with Gami, including ghosting, hosting raffles but not drawing the winner, etc. Read here. This leads us to the second Google Doc, in which people who actually hired her or worked with her exposed the terrible client-to-vendor relationships that they experienced, starting with the first section, rushed commission followed by ghosting. VTuber Mochi Mochi have commissioned Gami on VGen after seeing her commission for another VTuber in September 2024. Mochi wanted a similar styled commission from her and commissioned Gami, but the piece she received didn't look similar in style to what she asked for and seemed rushed. So she was asking for something that looked like this, right? The drawing on the left, something with that same style and type of rendering. What she got on the right, I mean, can you even call this a sketch? Like, this is incomplete as fuck. It also barely looks anything like Mochi's character. Mochi even bothered sketching what she wanted, how she wanted her character to look with her ears down. But this doesn't look like that at all. It looks like some sort of weird beanie. This is when Mochi would message Gami on VGen, saying, I have a question about my surprise delivery. I ordered it based off the image I saw posted on your Twitter. When I went to see mine today, I was very unhappy about the quality. Is there a reason why the 2 photos are both so different in quality? I also noticed her bottom right thigh forgot to be colored and right below her thigh bracelet. And yes, that's true. I mean, this wasn't even colored, dude. Gami would reply with, Damn. She had a very filled up design. That is why I had to pay more attention. My personal opinion is that I shaded yours more, but if you are unhappy with it, I can retouch on it later this week. This is when Mochi would say, I'm sorry, but I feel like this piece was rushed and not treated with the same care. I circled the part of the thigh where it is missing color, it's just white. The mochi and the ears also feel rushed. You can say you shaded mine more, but the thighs are not shaded at all. I'm just a bit upset because I was really looking forward to this piece. Thank you for offering to retouch it, I really appreciate it. The document will continue. Unfortunately, after this point, Gami ghosted Mochi and the commission review period ended on VGen. Mochi didn't receive any touch-ups as promised or any updates. Mochi left a 1-star review. The document would also prove that Mochi actually paid for this commission, $45 for an incomplete sketch that doesn't even look passable. But I wish that's where it ended, because the next section features a giveaway winner that didn't get their art. The document would say, Gami and a couple of other artists had made a studio called Mellow Studio back in 2023, June. Gami was drawing, someone else was rigging the art, and they were offering VTuber assets, models, etc. Around January 2024, they created a chibi VTuber called Mellow Chibi. With Gami's suggestion, they have made an art plus rig raffle for these chibi models to boost up their new product.
Wait, is my stream down? Is my stream down? Why are you saying what the fuck? Don't scare me like that. Is my stream down?
Raffle was held on the 7th of January 2024. The winner didn't get their model for 10 months. So they decided to text on October 19th, 2024. The winner ended up not getting their art. After 1 year, they also didn't even get a reply from Gami. The rigger was very upset at Gami for not providing the art since it was a collab raffle, so they stopped working with Gami. Mellow Studio became inactive. The rigger also reached out to the winner. So here we can see the DMs between the winner and Gami. They reached out in October after 10 months, and they were very polite, by the way. Hey, it's been a little bit, and I was wondering if this was still happening. If not, it's okay. I just wanted to know. Smiley face. Gami would...
It means she can't draw the fucking art because she's not skilled enough to do it, and now all she can do is like run away.
say, it will be happening. Yes, I have you in my calendar. I have picked back school, so I've been quite busy. The winner would say, oh, that's okay. Take your time. I was just curious. Thank you so much. 5 months later, in March 2025, the winner would reach out again saying, hello, I just wanted to check in. I in no way want to bother you. I'm just curious about when we expect to get started. I recently had a design update, so I just wanted to check in. Again, no rush at all. I know you said I was on your calendar. I'm just curious. So obviously, very unprofessional and unacceptable. And as the document would say, the rigger would end up reaching out to the winner on Twitter saying, yo, Gami hasn't even started drawing your model. I reached out a couple times. She doesn't seem to really care. So instead, I'll draw it and rig it. The rigger would cut all contact with Gami, but Gami would then go ahead and continue hosting raffles anyway. That is crazy. Like, how shameless can you get? We would then see Gami's commission queue for VGen. This is her queue for paid commissions, right? I pay her money, she puts it in her queue, and this is where I can see the progress. There are commissions that have been there since October 2023 that she hasn't even begun to work on. Oh my God, this just keeps getting worse. The next section would have yet another unsatisfied customer paying over $1,000 just to get this VTuber model in 3 different outfits. On the 3rd outfit, the client asked for thigh-high socks, and this is what they got, some sort of a weird gradient, as if the model had like put her feet in some very hot water in a cartoon or something. It looks weird. And finally, just as you've been telling yourself, no, this can't get worse, right? She can't get more shameless than this. Well, the section's called Undelivered Models. During October 2024, Gami launched a project under their studio called Fawn Studio. How many studios did she make, man? This is a studio that makes VTuber models and Gami's the artist. The project was called Fruit Gals, and it was an audition-based VTuber model giveaway with some rules. So look, this was structured in a way to resemble VTuber agencies where you audition, and if you're accepted, you get a VTuber model. You wouldn't get a salary, but you'd keep all your donations, and you'd be part of a group. But if you decide to leave, you obviously can't keep the model. It's owned by the studio. One of the girls that auditioned and got accepted would reach out to Ruru and would talk about how she and the other girls were completely and entirely misled. So essentially, Gami would be posting these updates, right, of these different models that she was drawing up, and they were very excited. But then at some point, the updates would just stop, and Gami would stop communicating consistently, leaving all the members in the dark for months. Here we can see one of the girls deciding to reach out to raise her concerns on behalf of everyone else in the group, saying, hey Gami, I'm sending this message on behalf of me and the girls, and I would like to say that we are all tired of unresponsiveness, lack of communication, broken promises, and lack of care. It was actually a very considerate message, with this person even saying, I hope what you take out of this will be, don't bite off more than you can chew. It genuinely came from a good place, but more importantly, one thing she would say is, we'd have understood if the models had taken a month to finish, but it has now been 8 months. The document would specify the reason why they're saying we would have understood if the models had taken a month to finish, but it has now been...
Oh shit, I have a commission, I haven't finished yet, and it's been like a year. Oh, I feel so bad, I'm gonna kill myself.
8 months is because Fawn Studio had posted that they can finish and deliver models in around a week.
Week? What?
That is insane, by the way. Okay, if you want a custom drawn model that is rigged and ready to go, you need months, man. There's no one in the world that can do this in a week. After this message, both Gami and the rigger involved with the studio would respond. They would both somewhat say the same thing, so let's just read what Gami had to say. I apologize for the lack of communication on my end. I'm very overworked and I do my best on keeping up with everything. Art is my only income, so I have to keep working most of the time. That being said, I have finished 3 of the models and already have sent them over to blank, which is the rigger. I'm not blaming her in this since she also has her own commissions that she has to work on. Please do keep in mind that Food Gals is a passion project on my end. I do not gain anything from making you models. I understand you, I really do, but I'm booked until September and I'm drawing constantly. For the last model also, I have started drawing her. I don't usually have the time to just sit down for days and work only on one thing since I have commissions that hit me constantly. I was hoping to finish her later this month since I'm done with my year for school. Nobody lied about anything. I told you guys from the start that I would do my best and I'm doing so. I still am sorry that you guys felt not cared for. I never wanted this. All I wanted was to be able to help you guys grow and make content the way you guys wish to make. The document would then say, but after this, again, there were no updates. A couple months later, on August 1st, 2025, we'd see 2 messages from both girls separately saying, hey, I'm out. Okay, this is clearly not happening. I don't want to do this anymore. And Gami wouldn't even bother replying. So look, by now, this wasn't just about AI anymore. This was about Gami being a bad person to work with, very badly treating some of her clients and having this habit of empty promises, of doing these giveaways that she never honored. At this point, she was officially a compulsive liar in the eyes of the community. There was nothing she could say that would make anyone believe her. This is when her viral post saying that maybe I make ugly drawings, but at least I don't use AI would get community noted. And the community note would just straight up say, Gami uses AI for her drawings. Like just straight up, no bullshit. She uses AI. Shut the fuck up. Linking Ruru's initial Twitter post and the first Google document we went through, obliterating her reputation, her career, her online presence in just one sentence. Very few community notes can compare to the savagery here. But of course you might be wondering, what about Gami herself? Does she have a response? I mean, she clearly saw this. She got community noted very humiliatingly. What did she have to say? And how did it manage to make things worse somehow? Gami would post this on her Twitter on February 20th, 2026, one day after the second Google Doc had dropped, saying, I have done a speed paint to address the AI allegations. This was done completely live on Twitch with a full display screen showing my entire process. The link to the VOD is down below. I'm aware of the other things being said and everything will be addressed soon. There's a lot to go over and I want to make sure I address everything. This has been a lot to take in, so I thank you for your patience. The top reply here that almost ratioed her would say, no one is denying you can draw. You draw very well. The thing is, none of this is reflected on these. And it's scummy to say you are against AI when admitting to have been making drawings very heavily AI referenced. Just say in your profile you use AI as part of your process. Additionally, even during her stream, it would be clear that she was using AI references to draw the thighs. You can see this right here. This was on her own monitor. It didn't help. If anything, it only made things worse. Facing even more backlash after that disastrous stream, Gami would quote tweet the second document that Ruru had written and would say, sorry for the wait, linking her own.
Damn, my fever is going up. Holy shit. Let me GPT app message.
This would be one of the shortest Google Docs I have seen in my life. It could have very easily been a tweet, but she would say, I'm sorry for taking this long to address all of this. I had some time to myself and had to calm down before I made a statement on the matters at hand.
I drank BioFlu like 2 hours ago and now I still feel hot.
I'll be transparent in my art processes going forward and have clear communication with my clients to make sure they're satisfied with the commissions they will be getting. If any of my current ongoing commissions that have paid for their commissions want their funds refunded, I'll be refunding your funds. Also, if any of my commissioners want their progress recorded for full transparency, if it means they will feel more secure about their commission, that's where the sentence ends. That's literally where the sentence ends. Like there's literally a fucking period at the end. Okay, well, English is not her first language, but hey, at least we can be sure she didn't use ChatGPT, okay? She actually wrote this herself. She would then say in parentheses, I will also be posting them on YouTube as an unlisted playlist, so there will be a record of all the work I will be doing. This is not an excuse. I've been really busy with real life stuff in school and some of my work has been rushed because of this. I've been very irresponsible with my scheduling and will be getting help on my scheduling moving forward. I'm also thankful for people who have patiently waited for their commissions. I'm sorry it took as long as it did for me to get them done. I'm sorry for disappointing everyone and I promise to do better moving forward. So look, not only was this response grammatically a disaster, it was a disaster in and of itself. It didn't address anything. It was very vague, and I mean, you don't have to listen to me say this. Ruru said it themselves, replying to her post, ratioing her, and saying, you didn't address the raffle winner or the past clients who purchased AI-assisted work without knowing. If rebuilding trust is the goal, taking full accountability is the first step to do that. I believe those situations should be acknowledged and refunded properly as well. That's a very good point. What about the raffle winners? What about the people that you gave empty promises to? What's ironic here is that she wasn't quote tweeting the first document, she was quote tweeting the other document that talks about her terrible communication with clients, with the raffle winners. I mean, honestly, at this point, deleting your account would have been better than putting this Google Doc out to the public. Like, what the hell is this? 100,000 views and barely any interaction. People were done with this. They had already made up their minds. The proof was there and there was nothing she could do except take accountability, and she failed to do even that. On the original quote tweet that Ruru had made, with the initial document exposing Gami, you'd see many people in the replies pretty much disowning her, right? They might have come across her fan art, they might have liked it before, they might have interacted with her, but now this was over. This is not someone they wanted anything to do with. After this whole debacle, Gami would continue posting on her Twitter. And yes, it does seem like she's not using AI. It does seem like it was, drawn actually by her, but the trust is lost. No accountability means no forgiveness. And it's going to be very hard for her to build back up what she already had. This is especially considering that her VGen got suspended. She can't take commissions anymore, and she's essentially lost the fan base that she had taken years to build. Look, I can't predict the future. I don't know where we'll be years from now, and I don't know whether there will be a day where society will actually accept AI as a whole. However, if you want to use AI as reference, or hell, as very heavy inspiration to your art, at least specify that. At least be honest about that. If someone's willing to pay for that, then hey, good on them. It's their money. They can do whatever they want with it. But don't pretend to be someone you're not, because that's just what a scammer does. And you don't want to be labeled as a scammer, because if you are, you end up like Gami. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you want to see actual amazing art that is not AI assisted in any way, featuring my character as well as exclusive videos posted every month, then make sure to check out my Stacked page. Link in the description and the pinned comment. Prices start at $1. I'll see you in the next video when...
Thank you. You say I don't hear what I want to. Okay, let's see. I gotta finish this. I need music. Dude, the stream right before, my stream got suspended because I was playing copyrighted music, so that sucks. We're gonna play BGM music now. I just need to finish this so I can go lie down and take a nap. Sorry if I stop talking. Everything hurts, bro. Fuck. Okay, I will end stream. I'm sorry. I think I need to lie down a little bit. But at least I made a lot. I did a lot today. I'll stream again tomorrow. Okay, bye guys. Thank you for joining me. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you, Talbong. Bye bye. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye bye.